Genesys recently announced the Genesys Cloud Agentic Virtual Agent. And as they're advertising, it's powered by large action models. Well, what is a large action model? How is it different from a large language model? And what are best practices for building safe, effective agents? Let's look at the difference a bit. We're familiar with large language models like ChatGPT, Gemini, or Copilot. Based on an input prompt, LLMs provide words or code or analysis using text generation, reasoning, and comprehension, and they creatively predict an output. By contrast, large action models are designed to execute tasks, to take practical actions. They can independently plan, sequence, and execute multi-step goals. In Genesys Cloud, the Agentic Virtual Agent uses the Scaled Cognition APT-1 large action model to provide deterministic, action-grounded enterprise workflows. Really, in simplistic terms, we could say that one of these is designed to say and the other to do. And a Genesys Cloud Agentic Virtual Agent will do a little of both. In an agentic virtual agent, which you might hear referred to as AVA, you will define a number of key configuration elements that will work together to have a holistic agent that can do things on behalf of a customer. One of those is a role. This is the identity. It answers life's biggest questions for the agent. Who am I? Why do it exist? The role needs to be brutally specific and a description of what the agent is and its primary goal. It should not include things like step-by-step instructions. Connected with this are guidelines. These are positive constraints that describe how the agent should execute its role. These should be framed as positive, proactive instructions. Do such and such. You can define tool usage and sequences of operations for different scenarios. Before calling a tool to look up an order, make sure you have the order number, things like that. Tools are leveraged then by the agent to take actions. This is where the large action model, the action portion of that comes into play. Each tool should be provided with a simple descriptive name and a clear description of how the agent should use each tool and its inputs and outputs. Added to that then are guardrails. Guardrails are rigid negative constraints that restrict the agent's capabilities and how it communicates. You need to make sure that the agent is provided with clear negative boundaries. Don't do such and such. You can describe exceptional scenarios and the actions to take when they are encountered. Avoid making assumptions because your agent will. It has a more deterministic layer, that would be the action layer, but also a more non-deterministic conversational layer. And the guardrails and guidelines working together will help to ensure that your agent performs and communicates in a way that is useful to your business, accurate, and enhances your customer's experience. Genesys Cloud Agentic Virtual Agents also accept data and inputs and will soon support outputs. They can be linked to knowledge fabric configurations that will allow the agent to answer questions based on predefined information from sources like SharePoint, Salesforce, and ServiceNow. And as the general availability release date for Agentic Virtual Agents gets closer, keep an eye out for new features and announcements. Here at Aegon, we look forward to helping organizations build amazing customer experiences using these tools.